Alrighty folks, welcome back for another episode of Blood and Bones. It's an Asos of course, and obviously I'm hanging out here at the house. Got a whole bunch of stuff started. What I really want to get to today over here, well that's too far, over there is to upgrade to a tier 3 blood altar. But it's going to take a couple things to get there, and I want to get a couple things started here before I go and actually start doing the runes. What are they? The runes? Yeah, runes of sacrifice. I want to do these so that I can sacrifice animals and monsters and bad stuff to the altar instead of poking myself in the finger all the time. The problem is each one of these, and we can do I think 20 of them? Yeah, each one of these takes 2 reinforced slates, and each reinforced slate takes 2,000 life points. So, I don't know, multiply some numbers and that's like a lot of life points. So we're going to get started on something to help with that. Before I head down there though, I ran out of food, kind of. I mean, I need to make a bunch of stuff. I got my smoothies and stuff. Oh yeah, I want to mention this stuffed eggplant. I had never made this before. They were making it on the patron server. Eyamaz is well, that's hard to say. Eyamaz's patron server, and this is super easy. It's just eggplant and garlic, and it's a 3 meat haunch little meal. So I don't know if I'd eat this in real life. Maybe I'll have to try it now sometime. But hey, in Minecraft, in this mod pack at least, it's pretty good. The other thing is I've got a bunch of stuff down there. I want to make more pizza, more pies, more hamburgers and stuff, and all that takes dough. And dough, of course, takes salt and fresh water. And the way I've been doing it until now is you put the water bucket in here, you get 4 fresh water, and then you get this out, and you go get another water bucket, and you do it again. Yeah, well, we're not doing that anymore. So for 2 fluid ducts, I just hooked them right here, one there, and now it's hooked up to the tank. And this cyclic assembler is now full of water. So if I take this schematic right here, how do we do this again? I think we put it up here. So let's take this out. It doesn't know what to make anymore. We're going to put the blank one in. I'm going to take these out for the moment because, again, it doesn't know what to make. And we just put that in there? Yes. Alright, so we're telling it 1 bucket of water makes 4 of those. Go click yes, and then bam, right there, a stack, whatever, 32 fresh water. So let's say I want a couple of those. I just shift click that out. And before I do it again, let's get this out of here. And now I can shift click that out, and then we're back to oak wood slabs. So I do lose whatever's in there, but I can double up and get fresh water really easily that way. And then of course you can boil fresh water to get salt if you need it. I don't actually need salt right now, but I could use the water to make some bread up. Let's see, there should be some room in here. Let's just leave that right here. Okay, so yield from the magical crops. Plenty of obsidian essence. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take some of that downstairs and we'll convert that to obsidian. Doing good on the dye essence. We now have 7 wither skeleton essence, and 1 more. I'll be able to make my first wither skeleton skull out of that. So that's all going well, just need to let it take some time. Now, I had turned on the oak farm, and I sort of left it on for a while, and it sort of filled the barrel completely up. So I could get rid of some of these. I could add another barrel down at the end, a bunch of options. I went ahead and I made the storage upgrade and the Mark 1 structural upgrade. And honestly, except for space, it's easier just to make another barrel, because the storage upgrade itself is going to double the space that barrel can hold, adds another 64 stacks. But it takes a barrel and 2 pistons, so I mean that's kind of, I don't know. In a normal pack probably doesn't matter, but in this one it takes a bit. So to add these things, you need to add more structure to the barrel, basically, first. And then you can add things. So this is going to give us 1 structure slot, and this is going to take 1 slot. So if you haven't done this before, basically just right-click it. Like I said, shift right-click it. There. Now we can see in the tooltip that it has a structure level 1. And guys, trying to record here. Seriously, shush. And then what is it? Right click? Nope, shift right click. There we go. Now this guy, if you look in the tooltip on the left side, it says 128 stacks max instead of 64, and 2,000 out of 4,000 items. So I just doubled the size of that guy, and now I can hold twice as much wood. So that's cool. What else? Oh, we were gonna make I was gonna make some obsidian, and that's good. There are other things. Well, extreme we figured out is really extreme to get that much. These are for the infused diamond tools and stuff. Probably not going to do that. Ooh, essence blocks are kind of cool. I think I'm just going to make obsidian out of this. I mean, we're going to get more of this. It's not a big deal. So you can obsidian infuse all this stuff, and I think these become blast resistant by resistant by doing that. Jeez, I can't talk. Yeah, it's been one of those days, that's for sure. Alright, let's do this. Bam, 8. Oh, 2 stacks. Nice. 32 of them. And there's still some upstairs, and it's continuing to go. So let's just do that. Bam, bunch of obsidian. Put that all up in here. Now if I need obsidian for things, I have it. Yay! So that's good, because we all know digging obsidian's a pain in the rear. Okay, let me just throw the water in here for the moment. Next thing on the list, oh, let's throw this in here. Next thing on the list is these conveyor belts. So I'm getting ready to do a thing, and I think I'm just going to do this by hand right now, do it manually. Alright, so conveyor belts are easy enough to make. It just takes some rubber bars and a little bit of nothing, and it makes quite a few. Now these are on the grief list, so you got to make sure they're protected, or mobs are just gonna break them on you. But the idea here is I'm going to use this to move baby cows out to the blood altar, where then I can sacrifice them once they grow up to the blood altar and get life points out of these guys instead of myself, pricking myself in the finger all the time. All right, so I've done some stuff out there. There's a place and there's some things. I'm not quite sure if that's going to work. I may need to cover that up, but I'm just going to try it here. So basically, we're just going to want to place these guys down in the direction we want them to go, and we can rotate them with the wrench that's in my hand. Now cows, of course, are, you know, block and a half tall or whatever, so they can't get under here, but the baby cows can. So let's get these guys out of the way. Scooch. Oh yeah, and once you get on these, it's a little tough to get off, even in creative mode. So yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get stuck. Well, you don't get stuck, you can get off of them, but alright, let's do like that and like that. Okay, so now when they're on the sides, they're gonna get pushed here. And once they get under, I don't even know if I did that like the best way or whatever, but there we go. So let's, no, not yet. I need to go put these out there, and those guys are going to get pushed through the wall if I go this way. So let's go around. 9. I hope that's enough. I may have to make some more. Excuse me. Here, we can fly. Let's just fly up. So yeah, I made a thing, and it's going to deposit some cows up here for us if I did all the things correctly. Is that? Did I miss the middle one? How did I miss that? Alright, well, we'll do it that way, and then we can rotate it. It's going to rotate. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so let's do that, and that, and that. Oh, see, now I can't jump because of thing. Can I really not fly either? Alright, well what I want to do is rotate it to push me up. There we go. There we go. See, I told you those things are kind of goofy. Once you get on them, it's hard to move at all, which is interesting. But the rotating thing is good. Okay, so you can rotate them left, right, but you can also go up and down. And then the cows are going to get stuck here. I need to fill that back in because I was going to do runes first, and then I decided I should do runes later. That's still not filled. You guys can tell that, can't you? There, now it's filled in. And these have some micro blocks on them, so I don't think anything's going to get through there. 1, 2. Oh, I opened the wrong one. I opened up this one so I could see in, but this is one, and then this one actually needs to be open. So let's do that. Like I said, doing some microblocks here. Again, microblocks are on the grief list and don't have any explosion resistance. So even if they don't get blown up directly, if creepers and stuff go off near them, they can still cause problems. So got to be careful using microblocks. But we're going to have little baby cows in here. They're all going to be standing down here in this block. And I think they'll be pretty good and stuck. And then when they grow up, they'll be taller, and then I'll be able to see them right here. And I put that on so that if I'm standing over here, I can probably see the taller ones like so. Good idea? I hope so. We'll find out. Let's do this. Oop, there. Now it's totally got structure and everything. Alright, I think this is all ready. Deposit cow in there. Oh, and I totally missed that jump. Okay, so I did make a breeder, and I was getting ready to make like chronotypers and all sorts of stuff, but I think with just these conveyor belts we can make this pretty simple, especially if I come and manually feed these guys. You guys are freaking me out. Stop it. So let's just feed these guys all up here, give all the cows some food, and then let them kind of wander around a little bit, and hopefully, see, some of them are going to just like hang out over here in the corner, and that guy might grow up and never go over to the conveyor belts. But let's just give this guy a little shove and make sure that this does what we want it to do. Yeah, right up there. Down into that. They're derping a bit. Why are you derping? I know you can't jump up there. I didn't try it with babies going directly over there, but with full-size cows it was working fine. Although I do have micro blocks now that I didn't have before. But this is, I mean, that's an open block, and that's a full block right there. Okay, I'm not sure why they're derping around, but I'll mess with that a little bit. But basically those guys look like they're pretty stuck. They're not jumping around. They're not trying to get out. I mean, the ones that are in there. Oh yeah, there they go. They're eventually getting here. That's fine. Okay, now he's jumping around, but he can't get out. So that's fine. We're just going to have to wait for them to grow, and then eventually I'll be able to sacrifice them to the altar. Now, the thing is, I'm going to want probably more than that, because each of these cows is only, well, the passive animals, farm animals, is only worth 250 life points, and they die as soon as you hit them. So I'm probably going to want to breed up some more cows. I've got a couple over here, actually. Let's breed you two. These guys didn't want to get out of that corner, so I just added that when I was doing this. At any rate, that'll get us started. There are some other ideas. Hostile mobs give you 500 life points instead of 250, so they're twice as good. And villagers actually give you a lot more, but then there's some ominous thing about you may have a bad day. So don't know if they really cause a problem or not. What am I looking for? Oh yes. So we need to, I'm gonna bring both of these. These are my two iron swords. We need to make a Dagger of Sacrifice, and to do that we need a tier 2 of Blood Altar, which we've got. We need 3,000 life points, which we got, and we need to put an iron sword in the Blood Altar, except that you can't make an iron sword. Actually, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, so you can't make an iron sword to use in the Blood Altar, but you can find iron swords if you go down like through the roguelike dungeons and stuff. Excuse me. So that's the next piece, is I need to make a Dagger of Sacrifice, and I do believe that there should be plenty of juice in here. Juice, listen to me. Blood magic. Wow, yeah, by the way guys, I started recording this and I haven't been feeling very well today, but I thought I wanted to do a little recording and I'm already fading, so, come here. Sorry if you can hear it in my voice. Oof. Okay, so this is renamed, but it's the same idea. It's a 267, that's a 267, and actually I looked it up. So I'm going to go with this one, and let's just hit that, and it was, yeah, lots of stuff in there. Give it a little time. I don't know why I'm standing in here. Well, I guess I can give myself a little prick in the finger while we're waiting. And hopefully, in a bit, what did I say, 3,000 life points? So I don't know exactly how fast this is going to go, but it's going to take it a little bit to crank through 3,000 life points, and it should give us a Dagger of Sacrifice. Cool. Now the Dagger of Sacrifice, yeah, there you go, may cause a bad day. And then there's something else about the villagers. This thing does 1 attack damage, right? Very, very, very weak. Unless you're right next to a blood altar within 2 spaces, by the way, because I checked this out. Oh, I hope... I may have to move this whole thing up 1, because I know it's 2 spaces. I know it works there. I know it works there. I don't know if I go down 1 more if that's going to work or not. We will find out once these guys grow up. But you'll know in a big hurry, because if you hit them, and what? Well, I don't want to hit the babies. I don't want to hit the babies. No. But if you hit them, the dagger will only do 1 damage or 2 damage maybe if they're not close enough. So if that happens, then I'll have to move this just a bit. But I think that's in pretty good shape. Like I said, I do have a breeder made up that I can get them to auto breed, so I don't have to keep an eye on them all the time. I might go install that. The problem is that I need to run some power over there, and I need to, I mean, honestly, you'd want a planter and a harvester to get the wheat auto-generated and keep it, you know, keep the whole thing automated. Not sure if I want to go through all that or not just to do this. It's kind of a little bit temporary. A couple of other ideas. One was a nether portal. If you put a nether portal up here in the air and block it off properly so that the mobs would fall down, you know, like in there, you could get belfs and trites trapped in here and sacrifice them. And one other idea, did I? No, I didn't bring it out here. Let me show you one other idea. Have to bear with me for a second while I run inside and get some materials. Let's grab some cobblestone and grab some pumpkins. So you guys know I made the obsidian turrets up there a while ago. Well, turns out, well, I'm doesn't turn out, but yeah, you can also make golems, and golems are just slightly different than turrets. I did this a long time ago, but let's see. If you look at the use on pumpkins and you go to shapeless crafting and go to the last page, there you go, golem manual, and if you look up the recipe for that, you can see all of them. So you can have turret manuals, hostile golem manuals, etc. So pumpkin plus a book and quill, you get this golem manual. The most basic golem is the cobblestone golem, and the way you make him is with 2 pieces of cobblestone like that and a pumpkin, and he'll just hang out right here unless a mob gets in range, and then he'll walk up and start trying to attack it. But the interesting part is they count as mobs. So if I check this, I'm at some weird number. I don't like that number. Whoops, give me that back. Alright, almost 6,700. This is going to add 500, and it's going to kill him instantly instead of doing 1 damage. Woo! And you see the little sparkles, so you know it worked. And now we can see we got 500 DLUs out of that. 500 life points. We've been calling them different things in the thread today. Any rate, so that's a couple of ideas. We got some golems, we got some farm animals. I could do the nether portal thing. I also thought about a cursed earth spawner or just a big dark room in the sky kind of thing. Let them drop down here. Problem with that is with the special mobs you get jumping mobs and baby little things that can get through 1x1s, and guys with shiny armor on that glow and stop the mob spawner from working, and ettins, and yeah, it's I don't know. I think you could do it, but getting all that and then getting them to drop down here into a little 1x1 spot where you can kill them is not going to be simple. Let's just check. I don't know how. I know the breeding was changed so it doesn't take super long anymore, but I don't know how long the breed timer is. Are you guys ready? No. There's two guys that I missed before. So we got one more little dude over there getting ready to grow up, but yeah, I think still putting that breeder out is probably going to be a good idea. Rice soup, you guys know all this stuff. I want to make more pizza. Oh, I did get spice leaf. Let's go check on it. I got spice leaf. I actually went looking for spice leaf when I was in the dream world because I have not found any spice leaf. Wow, that's going to take forever to grow apparently because that's been in 50% for quite some time now. Maybe this is more of a jungle plant. I don't know. I'll have to check it when I get another piece. Anyway, I have not found any spice leaf here in the overworld, and I've been wanting to make the, what is it, Supreme Pizza? The update? Yeah. Update to this to make a wholesome feast. I have everything I need except for spice leaf. Here we go. This will tell us. No it doesn't. Oh, the seed. The seed. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Darn. Jungle or swamp. Okay. Well, that means either I'm going to need to plant in jungle or swamp. Here's some swamp. I could plant some over here, except at Mom's grief. So, yeah, that's not going to work out. I'll double up on that. So once I get a few of these going, I don't need these potatoes because they grow so fast. I'll take out most of those potatoes and double up on the old spice leaf here, and then I can make some awesome pizzas, and there's a couple of other things you can make with spice leaf that are pretty darn good too. So we'll work on that shortly. Alrighty folks, we're back. It's a new day here, and I'm glad to say I'm feeling a bit better. So hopefully that's good news for you guys. Good news for me. Just a few minutes left on this episode. I went ahead and I did set down the breeder right here. Basically the breeder's just going to take some wheat and some power, and he's going to breed these cows every time that they can be bred. Well, actually every time the idle cooldown happens and they can be bred. But anyway, I did something a little weird. I don't know, just because I can. I made a culinary generator, and these make power out of food. And it's blood and bones, and food is always such a problem. Well, at least early on it is. I don't think food's going to be much of a problem anymore. So I went ahead and made this guy. Not too tough. Steel furnace, you know, that takes a bunch of pieces, right? Iron and bronze and copper and all that. And then the leadstone energy cell is not bad. So it's not super hard to make, at least at this stage of the game. So I'm just going to plop him down right there. And then, like I said, he's going to make power based on what kind of food we put in. So we're going to be killing lots and lots of cows, which means we're going to be getting lots and lots of beef. I've already got like 4 stacks of beef, so I don't think this is going to be much of a problem. But let's just put raw beef in first and just show the real basic. I mean, this stuff is only worth half a haunch and like no saturation, right? So it makes 10 power per second, and it goes for 1 whole second. So out of those 5, we're going to get... Oh, it's going down into the breeder, of course. And it may have used some. So not much. 220 is all that got out of that. But I took a look, and we can very easily make salt and this, and we get beef jerky, which is worth 1.5. Not only that, but I gave this a try. Oh, yeah, that's fine. These only stack in 8, where these stack in 32, so we're going to get a bunch of stacks of it. Maybe I need a hopper on this guy, or an item duct. That might work. At any rate, if I put these in, now we see the power level is 3 times as much, and it lasts 5 times as long. So it's worth 3 times the haunches here, you know, 1.5 instead of a half, but it actually makes a lot more power than that, because it's like, what, 3 times here and 5 times there, so yeah, pretty good. So I think that's going to probably make plenty of energy, although since they only stack in 8, yeah, I'm going to have to hook up a hopper or a one of these guys or something. And this has got a huge internal buffer too, so once that's full, it's, you know, I'm not going to have to maintain this very much. It's just going to hang out and be plenty of power for this guy. But that should give us auto breeding in a kind of a weird way, making the beef, the raw beef, the power to breed them to make more raw beef. Just don't tell the cows that. Okay. The other thing I did is I stuck a hopper on the side here, and the reason is because I need to make a whole bunch of these slates. And did that only go to... Oh, interesting. I was expecting that to do the tier 2 slate, but let me check real quickly here. Okay, right. So we have to do the tier 1 and then the tier 2. Alright, so I want to do 5 of these tier 2s, and that takes 2,000 each, multiplied by 5, that's 10,000 life points. So that's the entire capacity. Oops, no, get out. No, stop. That's the entire capacity of this guy. Right now it has 0, which is weird because I thought it would have 5,000. So it must have run out. Oh, it's 1,000 to get the first tier slate and then 2,000 to get the second tier. That's why it ran out. Okay. So two things. One thing is the hopper will let you put multiple items in at a time. Otherwise, it's just you right-click and you get one item, even if you have a whole stack in your hand. So this will put in multiple items at one time. And it still takes the same amount of life points, still takes the same amount of time to do all 5 in this case, as opposed to 1. But at least I can put 5 in, let it run, and then come back. Although 5 isn't the right number. And look, we've got some guys that are grown up, so it's time to sacrifice some of the cows to the altar. Ready? Oh yeah, there we go. We saw the little red swirl come out. So there we go. Now, the little guys are down here, except for the ones falling, so that's going to be a little bit interesting, but all you guys, okay. Now, I did notice some drops had popped out over here before. Not this time. Alright, so how much did we get out of that? 2,000. Yeah, see? It's not enough. The runes that I was going to make, oh, I turned this off. I looked this up. These runes of sacrifice and the runes of self-sacrifice actually give 10% bonus. So when you self-sacrifice, it's 200 normally, so you get 20 each. These, when we sacrifice the animals, we get 250 each, so it's going to be 25 bonus per rune. So I'm going to add a whole bunch of those runes. That's going to help this work a lot better. But we got a little something going on. And then of course I still have my little pool here I can stand in, and I can do my own little self-sacrifice. And where are we at? We're at 3,000. Okay. So I'll do a little bit of my own self-sacrifice now. Oh yeah, 5,000. See, I need 10,000 just to do 5 of these to make them into those tier 2s. And again, we need 2 of those tier 2 reinforced slates per rune of sacrifice. Yeah. So that's going to take kind of a lot. I think in the default you can make the blood runes, and then the other ones are an upgrade. But in this one, the runes of sacrifice don't use the blood runes. They use regular stone. So no point in making these and then trying to upgrade them. That's just not going to work out. So, at any rate, I have a lot of self-sacrificing and cow sacrificing to do. Oh, did we get? Yeah, I got 11 more beef and a couple more leather. So we are getting drops, which I knew we were, but I wanted to just show that on camera. And I think this is going to help. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it's going to help out at least. We'll get these runes of sacrifice put around, and then I think there's 20 of them total. So let's see, 10 would be 250. So I think we're going to get a 500 point boost. So each of these guys would be worth 750 instead of 250. So that should make a big difference, but it's going to take quite a bit to get that done. So at any rate, I think that's it for now. Let me make lots and lots of life points and lots of runes and kill myself on this thing again, or not kill myself, stab my finger and hurt myself on it, and then I'll get the tier tier 3 thing going next time, and then we can finally make the filling agent and refill our potion and do a little more blood magic next time. So that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to hang out here with the cows and the blood rune, blood altar for now, and we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed.